Hello YouTube, this is Hunting Guy 532 with part 2 of larger survival kits. This video is geared towards more if you're going to be in a remote wilderness area where there isn't a very good chance of you running into somebody, or if you're in a bush plane, you're a bush pilot and you need a survival kit. This is just some considerations I have. Starting out, I think I left off on around clothing or the compass. This is the jacket my dad gave me. It's got a waterproof. This is waterproof on the outside, but on the inside it has a sweater. It's like a fleece kind of sweater. It's very warm. So if it was wet out, if it was like a wet, cold day and you had to go do things, this would be a good jacket for it. But the sweater is also detachable. So if it was just a cool day, but there wasn't any rain or moisture they had to be protected from, you just would unclip the sweater from it and you could have a good warm sweater. The only problem with the jacket, this jacket, it's fairly bulky. But if your system or your backpacking can take it, if your system can take it, I would recommend it. Jacket like this. Right here, a whistle. A whistle. It'll carry louder. It'll carry farther and louder than your voice. The only thing about this whistle I don't recommend is if you can hear it, it's the P in there. I recommend getting the P-less kind. They tend to last longer and are louder. If you want a certain brand that'll go, I recommend Fox 40. Their whistles are fairly cheap and very loud, and make sure you get the P-less. But something I like about it is that little clip. You could put this around your keys, or if you want to make a survival necklace or something, this would be good for it. And so you could have a whistle if you went down and got in. If what you ended up with was whatever was in your pockets or around your neck, at least you could have a whistle. Something else would be first aid. It's the red first aid kit. I like it quite a bit. It's like a bright red, but not hurting the eyes kind of red. So if you dropped it, it'll be easier to find. It has a pouch here. I'll open it up. In here, it's got a plastic bag to keep the stuff waterproof. But if you took this out, and let's say you had a base camp, if you set up a base camp and you wanted to take this out and store it in camp and use the pouch for something, you could attach it to your belt that has that, so you can keep the first aid stuff with you. Or if you wanted the pouch for whatever, helping you collect berries or something, you've got it. Something else? Electrical tape. This stuff, it's like having sticky rope, I'll compare it to. It's like rope, only stickier and black. It's really good. It'll help you build shelters, fix things, mend things, keep things together, that sort of deal. It's really good in a survival situation. I like it. It makes a long, hard job can be shorter. Tying poles together for a shelter, this will really shorten the job and the work you have to do. Right here, I've got a bigger bottle of hand sanitizer. It's not much. It's 115 milliliters, which is a good size if for carrying in general. Feeling good in the wilderness will help your chances of survival, and helping you feel good is hygiene. Well, it can help you feel better about yourself. So this would help if after you cleaned up an animal, did your business out in the woods, but it would also help you start a fire. You put a little dab of this by some tinder, and you put a flame or spark to it, and it'll go up. It's like having a little candle for 10 or 20 seconds, depending on how much of this you draw. Right here, I got a candle. It's a larger. It's not too big. It's a red candle. It's still in the plastic wrap. So this would help you build fires, keep a light, bring a light or a small flame into a shelter, safer than building a fire pit in it. And it's just nice to have a candle with you. If all else fails and it's too wet to get a fire, you can just kind of light the end of it and just, if this is what you end up with, it's better than nothing if you brought this into a small shelter because you couldn't make a bigger fire. Right here, I have some tea. I like tea. It's alright. I'd carry more than this myself. But if you want, I'm a big coffee fan. If you want, you could get some instant coffee or something. I'm not too nuts about it, so I've got tea. It's always nice to have a hot drink in the wilderness, especially when it's cold and wet out. Right here, it just looks like it's just an ibuprofen thing. It's empty, but what I have inside it is dryer lint for starting fires. The thing I like about dryer lint better than a cotton ball is just a cotton ball. dryer lint like this, it's gonna have cotton, nylon, all kinds of good stuff in it. And you put a little spark or flame to this, and it goes up quite quickly. I just keep it in this ibuprofen thing to keep it dry. So if you can't find any tinder, you've got some with you. So I think it's a good idea to carry man-made tinder or pre-made tinder along along with finding stuff in the wilderness. Obviously, if you can't find any, you could use this, or if you needed a fire right then and there, you could just pull this out of your pack. Sorry, that's something on my computer. Um, Something else, soup. I got two different kinds here. It's both chicken. This is the cup of soup. It's one serving. It's a lot lighter, and this is just a packet of soup. Myself, I prefer the cup of soup. I think it tastes better, even though I know it's both Lipton, it's both chicken noodle soup, but I find the cup of soup just tastes better. It's all personal preference. This is one serving. I would carry about 4 of these myself. Good to have a hot meal. This is bigger. You know, it doesn't. It's pretty good. It's okay, I guess, but I prefer this stuff. I don't know why. I know it's both same stuff, just smaller, smaller portion, and it's also a lot lighter than this. About 2 or 3 of these might weigh the same about as this, so you know, weigh your odds. If your system can take it. Something else, a little first aid kit like this. Pack one pocket. It's a pocket first aid kit. It doesn't have much in it. It's got some band-aids, knuckle bandages, alcohol prep pads. It has a gauze. The only thing I don't like about the gauze in there is there's no medical tape for it. So you'd probably end up more or less using it as something to help you stop some blood. But the thing about this, you can just tuck it in your back pocket or your front pocket or whatever. And if you went down or something, and this is all you end up with, it's better than nothing. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Right here, got a fishing kit. Just a small fishing kit. Inside of it, I've got some fishing line, like so. I think it's 10 pound and maybe 12 or 8, but I'm 99% sure it's 10-pound line. I just wrapped a little electrical tape around it so it wouldn't go everywhere. Right here, I've got some braided line with a hook on it and a worm. So, the thing about this, you could tuck into your pocket if you want to. And if you went down and this is all you got, it's better than nothing. You have something. So, anything else in here, just little worms and odds and ends, stuff like that on this end. On the other side, I've got some split shot weights. I've got about 3 of these split shot weights. I got tons of different hooks, you know, big ones, little ones, braided, kind of curved more ones, little straighter ones with more barbs on them, all that kind of thing. So, got a couple swivels in there too, actually. Over right here, got a couple swivels like these. They're all right. Something else is a survival knife. Fixed blade. If I got one knife, I would probably want to take this. I'd rather, if I knew I'd be flying or something, I'd rather have this on my hip than my lock blade. My lock blade, it's great quality, and it's never failed me. But if I only got to have one knife in the wilderness, especially if I was in the northern wilderness, I want a fixed blade. I would take this, put it in its case, and put it in the survival pack. So if I did get the survival pack, I could have this. I could put this back on my hip and use it for cleaning small game, all the odds and end kind of jobs. But if I only got one knife, I want my survival knife. It's good. I like it. It's good. It's good quality. My dad brought me back this from Kentucky. I didn't know how well it was going to be. I didn't think it'd be that great of a performer, but it holds an edge quite well. It sharpens easily, and it's got a good weight to it. I like how the handle is. The blade isn't too long, but I've hacked down trees and stuff with it, as you can tell. It's good. It's good if you don't have an axe and you need to baton some wood. It's a good knife for that. I don't like the one thing I don't like about it is the case it comes in. These cases come apart eventually, but it's all right for now. Something I like about it though. It's got a big belt loophole. So for those of you guys that wear maybe military style belts or something, or have the larger belts, it'll fit on. This is the end of part 2. I'm going to be making part 3 very soon. This is Hunting Guy 532 signing off.